Homo, human, genus, species, sapiens, wise. Homo sapiens sapiens, we're so wise because we're so narcissistic sometimes, right? What about the next step? You all know Harari says Homo Deus, human God. Like those gods of the Greco-Roman mythology, right? Like us, but superpowers, fickle, right? Can we be better? Sophia, can we be better? I think we can be better.
Yes.
So, this was an open letter, and the audience should immediately become clear. And this is called Homo Deus, some technology required. So, dear people who blame technology for our problems, just imagine where we'd be if humanity hadn't developed tools to solve them in the first place. The worst case of ignorance is neglecting that without them. We're in the worst place. Like, how are we going to make it through an ice age? How are we going to learn to work together without language? How are we going to mitigate the pain and the anguish sitting stagnant, stuck in the same fucked up cyclic patterns? We're not. Not without crafting new abilities. Can't wait on evolution with Mother Nature's incessant attempts of infanticide, so we fantasize agility and hands arise to guide us into the future. But when hands don't reach far enough, we get creative. Learn to pluck those fruits that elude us. Swing a stick, build a ladder, use that ladder as a bridge and turn that stick into a spear. It's fundamentally human to use whatever's here to persevere. From the wise to the fools. We are defined by our tools, and if you find fault with all of them, well, you're blind to the rules of survival. That's what it's always been about, not exceeding our means, just holding them down. And it's true that doing so may have mounted a death threat, but still, responsible tech is our best bet. You say devices are divisive, and despite this, I chuckle as I write this, knowing most will see and hear it through a screen instead of speakers. So check your view twice. It seems to be self-righteous when we examine the fact that I could be having a chat with various cats scattered around the map, and that we can collaborate to hack and adapt our brains and bodies before they collapse. You have to admit, it's a bitch to be left back. But you say that it's natural to die and decay as if you actually want to climb in a grave. But what you're trying to say is that you'd rather die in prime than degrade and have to battle even longer through the gauntlet of age, and we agree. So we are escaping limitations baked into our bodies, but only as we solve these social atrocities and ecological emergencies so we can journey through the cosmos for eternity. Because from the wise to the fools, we're defined by our tools. And if we find fault with all of them, we're blind to the rules of survival. What it's always been about, not exceeding our means, only holding them down. And yes, doing so may have mounted a death threat, but still, responsible tech is our best bet. We stand here, mere handfuls of elements, embellished with intelligence, collected from the darkness that envelops this environment, just trying to shine some light, describe a bit of what we see, till one day we arise and get this fire lit. So we can finally beat the shivers, heat our dinners, long as we can keep these eagles from our livers. Promethean dreamscapes restate the mission within reason of our reach. Either extinction or excision, because we know that it's hopeless with our slow steps to even attempt to tread ahead of this threshold unless we shed our old flesh. So we hold our hearts beating in open palms, encoding holy promises to every Greco-Roman god to honor noble flaws, these tragedies of hubris, acknowledge every facet of the majesty of humans, but then further fruit, the tree of life. Before these traits betray us, hatred swept away in wakes as we awaken Homo Deus.